Dead by Daylight is one of my favorite online multiplayer games of all time. I started playing it all the way back in 2016 when it came out, and I have a couple of hours in the game. So I have been involved with this game during its entire lifespan. I have seen when the game has been at its peak and when the game has been at its absolute lowest point. Something the game has greatly expanded upon since its release is the variety of characters. The game originally launched with only 7 characters in total, 4 survivors and 3 killers. Since then, the game's character roster has greatly increased. The game now has 70 different characters, 32 killers and 38 survivors, which have been added in the last 7 years. On the surface, this type of variety is great. Having so many different characters to choose from is nothing but a big positive. The way the content has been added to this game over the years is this. We get a new chapter. A chapter usually consists of 2 characters, 1 new survivor and 1 new killer. A month and a half later, after the chapter is released, we get the mid-chapter patch, which mostly consists of game balance changes. Another month and a half and we get a new chapter, and the cycle continues. The mid-chapter hasn't always been a thing, but we have always gotten new characters every 3 months. That is, at the very least, 8 new characters per year. There are now a total of 28 chapters in the game. Out of all of these chapters, 2 of them are free. The Last Breath, the first chapter the game ever received, and Lullaby for the Dark, which was released all the way back in 2017. So, you've got 26 chapters worth of paid DLC. Now, for someone like me, this isn't even an issue. If I want the next Alien chapter, I pay €7 for it and my list of characters is up to date again. There isn't even that much of a grind anymore since I already have every single perk unlocked for these characters already. If I want the level 3 perks for all the existing characters, I'm gonna have to get both of these new characters to P3, which really doesn't take that long anymore. But how does this look for someone who has just started the game? Out of the 70 characters in the game, a new player has 12 characters, 7 survivors and 5 killers. That means that 55 characters are locked. So how can a new player start unlocking these characters? Well, your first option is to play the game and grind the currency to unlock these characters. DBD has 3 different currencies: blood points, iridescent shards and RXLs. The one you're gonna be focused on are iridescent shards. The way you get these shards is every time your player level goes up, you get shards. How much does one character cost? 9,000 shards. And how long does it take to acquire 9,000 shards? Well, it roughly takes around 40 hours to get 9k shards. 40 hours and you have unlocked 1 character. There's still 54 more characters to unlock. But wait! You actually cannot unlock all characters by just playing the game. See, almost half of these characters are licensed characters, and you cannot unlock licensed characters with shards. The only way to unlock them is by buying them either through the in-game store or the DLC on Steam. So we'll take them out of the count for now. You still have 19 non-licensed survivors to unlock and 16 non-licensed killers to unlock. That's 35 characters in total to grind for. If unlocking 1 character takes roughly around 40 hours of game time, unlocking all the 19 survivors would take you 760 hours. Unlocking all the 16 killers would take you 640 hours. Adding these together and you're looking at around 1,400 hours of game time just to unlock all of the non-licensed characters. This doesn't include getting every character to P3 to unlock their perks for all the other characters. This is just unlocking them in the first place. Now, as for the perks, I didn't find any data on this, so I'm going by my own experience. If I play Killer, and for every game I bring a blood point offering, it would take me around 2 hours to prestige once. Might be a little more, might be a little less, but for the sake of an example, let's stick with 2. Getting a single character to P3 would take 6 hours. Going by these numbers, getting all 70 characters to P3 would take an additional 420 hours. that would already be 1,820 hours in total playtime. Do note that new players don't have the ability to bring Bloodborne offering for every single game, so this number is most likely inaccurate, but it does give the basic idea. We also have to note the fact that new characters are being added every 3 months, so the amount of grinding required doesn't really decrease, it just mostly stays the same. Let's say you play the game for 6 hours a day, and we go by the previous number, 1,820 hours. You would have to play 303 days straight, 6 hours a day to unlock all the characters and perks, and this does not include the new content drops every 3 months. This probably doesn't sound very appealing to a new player, so what is your alternative way to unlock everything? Through DLC. There are currently 29 paid DLCs that you have to buy to get all of these characters. Buying all of this at once would cost you around 218 euros. There are also Survivor and Killer expansion packs, which includes some of the characters. Not all, but some of them. You can also buy the Ultimate Edition, which comes with both expansion packs. This is priced at 70 euros. But like I said, this does not include all of the characters. You would still have to buy all of the licensed content separately, which would cost you around 89 euros, and another 45 euros for the missing 12 original characters. This would land the final price at 204 euros in total. This kind of monetization is to be expected in a modern free-to-play live service game, but here's the thing, DBD is not a free-to-play game, and the characters aren't the only monetized aspect in DBD. The game also features a skin shop and a battle pass called the Rift. And the skins are the exact same as characters. You can technically unlock most of them in the game by just playing, but you have to invest a ridiculous amount of time that the option to skip the grind by paying and getting what you want instantly sounds much more appealing. And this isn't just DBD, this is pretty much every modern live service game. And while we're on the topic, I have to mention the Shrine of Secrets. Now, while you cannot obtain any licensed characters using the shards, you can actually unlock their perks. Well, technically. Every week there are 4 random perks in the shrine, 2 for Survivor and 2 for Killer. But that's the thing, it's random. You could get what you want, but it's very unlikely. Even if you already own a perk, the rotation of the perk doesn't stop, you're just offered blood points instead. Let's pretend that you got a perfect shrine every week. Each shrine contained 4 perks from a licensed character that you wanted. There are 66 licensed characters in total. If you get 4 perks every week, that would mean that you would still have to wait 17 weeks to get all of them. That is almost 4 months. This issue was last talked about over 7 months ago, and there hasn't been any improvement since then. That's all I have for today. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. If you like what you saw and want to see more content like this in the future, leave a like and subscribe to the channel to get notified of all the new uploads. With that being said, I will see you on the next one.